All right, guys, this is a little bit of a different type of video. I don't really usually do these, news reaction type of videos. I usually do, pre-fight breakdowns, pre-fight predictions, post-fight reaction, and just stick to the actual fight segment. I know a lot of channels do, reactions and, think piece videos about every little piece of news or every little piece of gossip in the fight game, let that be boxing or MMA. I usually don't really do that, but I'm gonna kind of jump into that for this video with UFC 303. The stuff that's going on is just so big. I don't think I could, not at least comment on it. And also, let me know if you guys like these type of videos. This more of just, commentary, speaking on, the status of things in the game. If y'all like this type of thing, then maybe I'll start doing these type of videos more. But UFC 303 main event has been canceled. Conor McGregor is out with an injury. New main event. Oh, Jamal Hill is also out with an injury. So co-main and main on the original card have been scrapped. The new main event is Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka. The new co-main event is a completely new fight. Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez. Lopez. And then the feature fight is going to now be Jamal Hill's out, as I said, but his opponent, which was also a replacement, Carlos Oberg, is now facing Anthony Smith. So the new status of the card is overall, in my opinion, a better matchmade card, but it just doesn't have the same star power of the original card. And that is what this video is going to be about, the overall ticket price. Everyone knows when there's a McGregor fight, when there's a John Jones fight, that really might be the only two in the current game right now. There might be a couple more that it's essentially the McGregor tax or the McGregor inflation. When they fight, you ain't getting a ticket in the building under $1,000. And I saw that from McGregor. I didn't see the day that the tickets went on sale. The cheapest ticket I saw was $1,200. Maybe some of y'all did the pre-sale and saw some better ones, but $1,200 was essentially the cheapest ticket I saw in the house. Now, UFC ticket prices have raised a lot in the last couple years. My first UFC card or my first pay-per-view I ever went to, I went to plenty of fight nights, but the first pay-per-view I went to was actually International Fight Week 2022, and I think I have my ticket. My ticket actually is right here. T-Mobile Arena, UFC 276, International Fight Week 2022. We was in the bleeds, section 210, row G. This ticket in 2022, which was just 2 years ago, was about with all the fees and everything, it was upper twos to mid 300s. So once you got everything included, the nosebleed, top section tickets are going to be ranging from 300 to 400 bucks out the door. Now, a standard UFC pay-per-view nowadays, you ain't getting in the door for under 400 to 500. So if this was, standardly from the beginning booked as Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka with the rest of the card the same that it is, I would guess that it would be at that 400 to 600 price range starting out to get a ticket. Now, the problem is the card was originally billed with that McGregor tax. So you're not getting a ticket under $1,000. So my opinion, if I was going to be going, I'm not going to this card. I'll be in town in Vegas just to get some pre-fight content. If I had a ticket, I would honestly be looking at a refund, because there's no way that you can justify that biggest gate in UFC history, $20 million plus gate, when your biggest superstar in the history of the sport is not at the top of that bill anymore. The demand for a McGregor fight is just higher. Even for the newer fans that weren't really around for his heyday, think that he's just washed, think that haven't really seen him actually do anything great. That still the star power is there, and the star power cannot be matched by any of these new guys. And Pereira, as big as he's gotten, as much as the fans love him, the demand for him is just not the same. So in my opinion, if I was going to be one of those guys going to this card that bought their tickets at the McGregor taxed rate over $1,000, I would want my money back. And my thought is, what is stopping these fans from everyone getting a refund and to rebuy at the standard rate? I'm going to jump on my other screen here. This is the rules here. The Nevada State Athletic Commission owes you a refund no matter what, boxing or UFC. The change or substitution of the main event, when noticed by promoters, refunds must be offered. The promoter of unarmed combat notify the commission and the media of any change, including involving a contest that was announced or advertised as the main event at least 24 hours before the contest. If such a change occurs and any patron desires to have the price of the patron's ticket refunded, the promoter must refund the patron's money if the patron requests a refund from the promoter within such a period after the promoter publicly announces the change. Yeah. So basically, once it's announced that the main event has changed, if it was Chandler still there with the new opponent, maybe this doesn't apply. But the fact that they completely scrapped the main event, they have to offer the refunds. So, in my opinion, that McGregor tax is no longer justified. But I know a lot of people may be locked in. A lot of people may be locked into their hotel. A lot of people may be locked into their flight with only 2 weeks left and they can't get out and they still want to come to the event. But I have seen some people on Twitter that are saying, I want to still come to the event, but there's no way in hell I'm paying $1,000+ for an Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka fight that I just saw 6 months ago. Although it's a great fight, this is not a once in a lifetime opportunity. You're going to see Yuri Prochazka fight again. You're going to see Alex Pereira fight again. You're going to see Brian Ortega fight again. This is not a blockbuster event that crosses over to the casuals, that crosses over to ESPN covering it, to crossing over to, everyone hates when Stephen A. Smith starts talking about MMA, but when Conor McGregor comes around, that's what comes with it. And this is no longer that type of event. So what is stopping people from getting a refund at the $1,000 rate and then just immediately rebuying at the cheaper rate? I'm sure many tickets have gone up for sale since this happened. People that want to get out of it, people that want to get the refund, and people that are just completely out. Some people were coming from out of the country. Some people are casual and don't even like MMA. They just wanted to see Conor McGregor. They were around in that era that I started watching MMA, that 2009 to 10 to 2015, when Conor McGregor was making his rise, in my humble opinion, the peak of the UFC. In that 2014 to 2018 years, I think that was the peak. Call me crazy, but that's just what I think. And the people that were around and have that nostalgia of Conor and that were young in high school or middle school like I was in those years and never got to see Conor live, even if you know that he's not the guy he was then, maybe you just want to knock it off the bucket list. Wow, I saw Conor McGregor fight live. And now that he's not there, they're out. What are you guys going to do? Anybody that has a ticket, I just want to know from anyone that has a ticket, what is your plan? Are you 100% still on board and fine that you paid inflated ticket prices and you're just going to roll with it? Are you completely out and you don't even want to go now? Just give me my money. Are you still want to go, but you can't justify the price that you paid? So you want to maybe try to get a refund and rebuy at the standard rate? What is the mindset of a lot of fans is what I'm wondering, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they don't want to keep the tickets at the price they paid them, but they still want to go. I actually asked Luke Thomas, which is one of the guys in the MMA media, this same question just to get the thoughts of another long tenured MMA mind. And this is what he had to say here. I asked, With UFC 303 main event now canceled, how can the UFC justify the inflated McGregor tax ticket prices? Shouldn't fans be able to get refunds and rebuy at a standard rate now? Is that a realistic solution? This is what he had to say.
With the UFC 303 main event now canceled or postponed, or we'll look at it, how can the UFC justify the inflated McGregor ticket prices? Shouldn't fans be able to get refunds and rebuy at a standard rate now? Is that a realistic solution? Again, the Nevada Commission has a bylaw that if the
Oh, the volume's not on. What? You didn't miss nothing. Give me a second.
Postponed, however you want to look at it. How can the UFC justify the inflated McGregor ticket prices? Shouldn't fans be able to get refunds and rebuy at a standard rate now? Is that a realistic solution? Again, the Nevada Commission has a bylaw that if the main event is changed, fans are entitled to a refund. So you can get a refund. If you pay tickets for this, you are entitled to one in the state of Nevada. That is certainly up to you. But getting a prorated card, I don't know how that would work. I think the refund policy is just better. Either you want to still go to this or you don't. Either the UFC, the change that they made to their main event is something that you like, or it isn't. I think most fans would be pretty happy with it. Again, not to say it's the same as a McGregor replacement, but I think in general, most fans would be okay with it. So that's the choice that you have here. It's supposed to be a $20 million gate as well. Also, I'm just going to say it one more time. Whatever did happen between McGregor and UFC and the injury and everything else, the fact that he is not entitled to a cent of the gate, that no fighter, including Conor McGregor, has ever gotten a share of the gate, and they're going to have a $20 million gate, to me is fucking crazy. I can't believe that, but that's where we are. So, yeah. That's it. It's either refund or not. But I don't think they're going to prorate anybody's tickets. I don't think it works that way.
Okay, so that's what he had to say. I think he kind of misunderstood my question. Of course, I didn't think that the UFC is going to prorate it for them and just, split the difference of, the standard ticket price to the inflated McGregor price. I didn't think the UFC is going to do it for you, obviously. But I'm saying from the fans' mindset, what is stopping you from getting a full refund of the, $1,000+ ticket and then finding your exact same seat? And will it be back at the standard price since McGregor's not on the card? Because like he said, this is supposed to be a record-breaking $20+ million gate. And for anyone that doesn't understand, I think it's laughable anytime the UFC brings up the gate at a press conference and rubs it in fans' faces as if that's something we're supposed to applaud. Gate? Guys, I just showed you. I went to the International Fight Week 2 years ago at the T-Mobile Arena. They just had UFC 300 at the T-Mobile Arena. They have 10, 20, every year they have cards at T-Mobile Arena nonstop that have very high demand. And they're not adding more tickets. They're not adding more seats. They're not adding, the arena didn't change. It's the exact same amount of seats that it was before. So how is it possible to get a higher gate? Literally, gate just means we raise the ticket prices. A world record-breaking gate means that this is the most money we've ever been able to charge for tickets in history. UFC 300 was a sellout. UFC 276 was a sellout. They all sell out. The record-breaking gate just means this was the most expensive card we've ever had. So I always laugh when they're basically telling the fans, oh, #1 gate. And the fans are, clapping it up like, hey, great job. We paid more than ever for the same product. Like I said, I think 2014 to 2018 was the peak of the UFC. And you could go to a fight card for $200, $300, $400 most max. I don't know. It's just interesting to me. I just want to know what is going through the mind of people that have bought tickets. And for the people that are stuck, that already pre-ordered the pay-per-view or already pre-ordered their tickets to go or already pre-ordered their flights or already pre-ordered their hotel, will all those pre-ordered tickets that the money's already cashed and the gate is already secured, do all those pay-per-view points off that gate now go to Alex Pereira? All those pay-per-view points that were sold off the McGregor name, do they just get transferred to Alex Pereira? Holy shit. Did he just cash in? If that's the case, because it would have to be. This is his card now. Unless just, half the arena gets refunds and the gate goes way down, which I think that a good chunk of people may get the refunds or may try to do the little scheme that I thought, refund and rebuy it, try to rebuy it at a standard rate. Unless that happens, he's getting a McGregor, not McGregor's, standard rate or McGregor's, commercial and promotional checks, but he's getting his pay-per-view points. Essentially, we're 2 weeks out. A lot of people that were going, pretty much everybody that was going has already bought the ticket. It was sold out. Shout out to Alex Pereira, man. Shout out to Alex Pereira. I'm curious to know, anybody, drop a comment if you're going to the fights. Drop a comment if you're concerned about your ticket. Let me know if you are completely out or you're completely still in and don't care that you paid the McGregor price and it's not McGregor. Or if you're going to try to somehow still go, but you can't justify keeping it at that price range that you already paid. Let me know in the comments. Drop a comment. If you're going to be at the fights, let me know. Come see me. Say what's up. Maybe I'll do some, fan interviews with, get you guys predictions like we did at the Diaz versus, I think the last time we did that was at the Diaz versus Jake Paul fight was when we did the interviews. Maybe we'll do something like that again. Let me know what you guys think, because I'll definitely be out there. I'll definitely be outside at T-Mobile Arena. Maybe I'll catch up with my guy Yuri again. that video. Maybe I'll get another video of my man Yuri outside of the T-Mobile Arena. Hopefully he'll help me get some publicity again. But yeah, I'm excited to watch the card. But I'm just curious to know what you guys think about the ticket pricing of the UFC in general and the ticket pricing specifically for this event, and if you can justify still paying that McGregor tax. Let me know. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. If you ever need a way to watch the fights, I'm your guy. I got you. I got you. Free. Don't tell Dana.